You both said today that you love each other, and I believe it, but I'm trying to tell you, love is not enough for a successful marriage. There's so many other things that go in it. It's not just about you anymore.
Here is today's case.
And just as plain as day, I see feminine products. They're not mine. And so I asked him about it. He told me they belong to his best friend.
The reason is they just haven't had a chance to just meet up with each other.
In 3 years? Mr. Rogers, sounds like your neighborhood's getting a little crowded.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time on Divorce Court, we have a virtual audience, and it's filled with your superfans. Today's special superfan is Angel from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, Angel. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Your Honor, today's case is Edwards versus Rogers.
Thank you, Juan. Christina Edwards.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Derrick Rogers.
Yes, Your Honor.
To court today. You were suing for $950 for the return of a security deposit.
That's right.
I understand the two of you have been in a relationship for 3 years, and you say that recently the two of you have separated and not living together anymore.
That is correct.
Why don't you give me some background, ma'am?
Like you said, me and Mr. Rogers have been together for the last 3 years. And we are currently separated, and I'm just tired. I feel like Mr. Rogers is cheating. He is very jealous. And on top of that, he treats me like I'm a live-in booty call.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you give me some background, sir? What do you have to say about your relationship?
So I own a clothing store, and we met, and she was one of the regular customers. She would come in there prancing around every day. She's a regular. I have a lot of customers that come in there, but this one in particular, Your Honor, she comes in there and she waits till everybody leaves and always asks me for my help. I have employees that can help her, but she wants my help. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll help her out. And then it starts from, can you help me pick this out, to, can you wait right there while I go try this on? So she would do her own little personal fashion show for me. I liked it, and one thing led to another, and we started dating.
Well, so you asked her out, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. And is that what you were doing when we were going to his clothing store? You were going specifically for him?
Your Honor. I mean, that's what you do in a clothing store, right?
Okay, so you had no ulterior motive.
I was just trying to shop, minding my own business. And, you know, he used to come and offer me to help me all the time. And of course, I'm going to ask for help. Who don't like a little bit of attention?
She came.
So what happened?
So I'm in the store, and he approached me one day. Now, I liked the attention that he was giving me. So, when he did finally ask me out, I agreed to go with him,
And things were great between the two of you when you first started dating.
It was really good. I mean, he treated me like I was a queen. He used to open doors. He used to always want to spend time with me. He used to want to show me off to his friends.
Those were in the happier times?
Those were the happier times.
And what happened? What happened, Mr. Rogers?
Like she said, everything was all good. Because she would always come over to my place and find things from previous relationships. When I'm with somebody, I'm with them. And I just didn't take time to take them out, and she had issue with that. So I said, you know what? Because you're the only woman that I want, let's move in together. Let's do this thing.
So after a year of dating, you're saying she's finding items, but they're from relationship past, but you're saying you didn't think that was the case. You thought it was active evidence.
So I was at his house, and I was in his bathroom. I needed something. And when I opened the bathroom sink, now I know I've been underneath the sink before. And just as plain as day, I see feminine products, tampons and pads. They're not mine. And so I asked him about it. He told me they belong to his best friend. So my question was, why does your best friend have her feminine products underneath your
sink?
That
was before we even moved in with each other. It was still early on in our relationship.
But you've been dating a year, right?
Yes, but when she found the products, it was before then. It was before we moved in with each other.
So you're saying they were from the past?
Yes.
Not from your best friend?
Exactly. Sure.
Your solution to her finding what she believes is incriminating evidence that another woman is there is, you know what, let's just move in, and that way I'm not having company outside of you, right?
That's correct. That was one of the solutions, yes.
Okay.
And the fact that I just couldn't go every day without seeing her, yes.
Beautiful.
I'm a single parent. She was great with one of my kids. You know, everything was great. The sex was phenomenal. As we kind of progressed, you know, there was just problems that we've had with her, just doing her job, being too loose with men.
Oh,
Let's talk about this. You say that he has a female best friend.
that's right.
And he's been best friends with her for the 3 years that the two of you have been dating, right?
Yes, Your Honor, when I first met him, he told me that he had a best friend. I was thinking, okay, cool, that's great. I have male friends, you have female friends, we can all be friends. But I expected that sometime early on in our relationship that I would eventually meet this best friend that he has. Here we are 3 years into it, and I still have not met her.
She lives in the same city?
She lives in the same city, and she's very much a part of our lives, but I have never met her.
What do you mean a part of your life?
What I mean is he spends time with her without me. He speaks on the phone with her. He's always doing stuff with her, but I'm not included, and I don't know who this best friend is, and he expects me just to be okay with it.
The reason is they just haven't had a chance to just meet up with each other.
In 3 years? Sir, why can't you all go to dinner one night together?
My best friend tried to message her. We've been friends for 7 years before I even got with her.
I understand that.
Yes, and while we was together, she fell back as she should, because now she's playing that motherly role to my kids and she's taking that place as my new best friend. So she fell back. So just to make her feel comfortable, Your Honor, my same best friend sent her a message on Facebook trying to make her feel comfortable and let her know that we're just friends.
So it's not your best friend's job to message her to try to make her feel comfortable. She's in a relationship with you. No. Let me finish.
She'll get on Facebook, she'll bring up a situation that we're dealing with so other people can chime in before we even get a chance to talk about it.
Why are you posing questions about your private relationship for the public to chime in on and give their opinion? It should be a reasonable request and not that difficult that in a 3-year time period, if your significant other asks to meet any one of your friends.
I agree,
But
Your Honor.
especially in this situation, when it is a woman of the opposite sex that you hang out with, it's completely reasonable for her to ask to meet this person. And it's really easy to make that happen if you really wanted it to happen, because it could be an invitation over to the home. You live together. It could be just a quick hello, a night out, but none of those things have happened. There is a reason. I don't know the reason, but I don't think you're telling me the reason. Do you not want them to be friends?
I would love for them to be friends, Your Honor. My issues with her is that she includes Facebook in our relationship without even communicating with me. So whenever we have a problem and we haven't talked it out, and I reach out to her and I try to get some type of explanation of what's going on with us, she don't communicate, but instead, and she'll actually express how she feel, or she'll bring up a situation that we're dealing with on Facebook so other people can chime in before we even get a chance to talk about it. She went on Facebook Live one time when her and I was not in a good place. I didn't know where we was. I thought we was broke up. What do I see? I see her with a bikini on. Hey, everybody, this is Tina E. This is Facebook Live. Yes, everybody, I'm living my best life. And I'm sitting there like, are we not going through something right now? As a matter of fact, I submitted a video for it.
Let me see the video you submitted into evidence, Mr. Rogers.
Anyway, we just hanging out, just trying to take some time, trying to take a load off, and just forget about some of the issues out in the world today and just have a good time and chill.
Why are you putting your relationship business out on Facebook, man?
I don't really put our relationship things out on Facebook.
Well, here's what you do. You post subliminal messages and comments. For example, do you think it's cool for your boyfriend to have a lady friend in a relationship? This is obviously about your relationship.
Exactly.
So why are you posing questions about your private relationship for the public to chime in on and give their opinion?
Okay, so me and him had a discussion. We had said that we were just going to try to work through this and we weren't going to fight about the best friend anymore. I said, one day you're just gonna look around and I'm just not gonna be here since you don't wanna deal with it. So I did put that message out there, and that message didn't even stay up that long. He called me, he told me how he felt about it, but you know, one of my other friends did call me out and say, hey, girl, you need to take that down. And I was just like...
Exactly, Your Honor.
Okay,
one of her
all
other
right.
friends had to actually say something without...
I said, all right, fine, but since he's saying it's an issue, now you're co-signing, it must be an issue,
Why
and
did
I
the two-
took it down.
Anything that I said...
I hear you. I hear you on this. I hear you. What are the issues you say you have with his social media interactions?
Okay, so he put up a post on Facebook. It was a gift, and it showed a man and a woman laying in the bed with each other and saying, this is the type of relationship I want. Basically saying that even after y'all fighting, you still want to be able to come together. Bestie makes a comment on that. Six years strong, a life fee, we together for life fee. And I came to him with that.
The BFF you've never
yes,
met?
bestie.
Hashtag 6
Best
years
friend.
strong?
6 years strong. And I'm like, that was a little bit disrespectful. And instead of him even taking a moment to try and see it from my way.
Okay, and you submitted this post into evidence. I want a bond so tight that even on bad terms, you come to me first. And there's a photo of a man and a woman.
Correct.
And your bestie, according to both of you, and I'm looking at her comment, she said, always, hashtag unbreakable bond, hashtag 6 years and counting with a kissy face emoji?
Your Honor, that post was
what is
early-
6 years and counting?
6 years of friendship, 6 years.
But this
means
is not
that-
a friendship photo. This is a photo of a man and a woman lying down in bed hugging.
Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
that post was very early
Mr.
on.
Rogers, sounds like your neighborhood's getting a little crowded. We've just highlighted a few things.
This whole thing is about her being insecure.
If you have someone that you haven't introduced her to in 3 years, who would
Your
not
Honor.
question that? That's fair. And the reasons you've given me today are weak and tenuous at best. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV.
Your Honor, that post was
what is
early-
6 years and counting?
6 years of friendship, 6 years.
But this
mean
is not
that
a friendship photo. This is a photo of a man and a woman lying down in bed hugging.
My best friend didn't even know that I was in a serious relationship. And when she posted that, it was such an innocent thing. All she was saying was, we've been friends for 6 years strong. That was a general post that wasn't meant for anybody.
It's not innocent if your girlfriend hasn't met her in 3 years and she sees
It's
comments.
3 years now,
Excuse
Your Honor,
me,
but at the
excuse
time,
me.
it wasn't 3 years,
At
Your Honor.
any time period, it doesn't matter. It's not innocent for this kind of message from, you know, if you want to resolve this issue, introduce her to this woman. It should be, at this point, she should be a friend to both of you. You are keeping a woman who she doesn't know as there's a wall that you have put up in your relationship, and this woman is only friends with you. And the reasons you've given me today are weak and tenuous at best. When you have a problem with what she posted and you let her know about it, and someone else brought it to her attention, she took it down the same day, you have gone 3 years and still haven't introduced her to your BFF, and she's told you over and over again she doesn't like it and she has questions about
That
it.
is not
And
true,
then
Your Honor.
commentary
I have
like this, I can see why there's a question.
Your Honor, I have tried to introduce my friend
You
to her.
haven't tried
She
hard
had-
enough.
She had actually-
That one time back in 2018 doesn't count anymore.
Your Honor, she has used Facebook to ruin our relationship. She tries to play a detective with everybody that comments on my page. She will go on my page, look to see what female put a heart or told me I was handsome. She'll go on their page and go through their history to see how far back she can go to see if I said something to them. And then she will accuse me of posting on their page like 2 years back. This whole thing is about her being insecure.
I mean, who wouldn't be insecure? If you have someone that you haven't introduced her to in 3 years, who would
Your
not
Honor.
question that? That's fair. I'm not saying she doesn't have insecurities and she should not be playing detective on your social media. You shouldn't be doing that. It does not help their relationship and undermines trust. However, sir, you're doing things that look untrustworthy. So my question to you is this: what is it that you want to do? Do you want to make this relationship work?
I want to make this relationship work, but she got things that she need to work on too. She makes me feel insecure as well. One night she hung out with her coworker all night long. I didn't know where she was. I couldn't get a hold of her. It makes me question, and it's like her relationship with men makes me uncomfortable. She goes out of her way to have relationships with men.
Miss Edwards, the night that you spent the night over the co-worker's house, you said that you had too much to drink, right?
Okay.
And was there something going on between you and the co-worker?
No, what happened
Okay,
was...
no, I read
No.
everything you said in your papers. We've just highlighted a few things that's happened in this relationship over the course of a few years. I could have a few more hours to talk about it, but I don't. And I think that you're so close to it, maybe it's difficult for you to see, but from where I sit, it's pretty clear. Let's talk about the $950 you're suing for, ma'am. $950 for a security deposit. Tell me about that.
Okay, so me and him, we lived together, and to move into this place, it was first, last, and security deposit. Each one of them $950.
Was it an apartment?
It's an apartment, and I have my lease right here.
Okay, the two of you, Juan, would you hand me the lease, please? The two of you were living in this apartment. You're saying you paid $950 as a part of the security deposit?
Right, part of us, what it took for us to move in.
What happened to the security deposit? Was it returned?
Well, we still have the place, but I'm moving out.
Okay, so you're moving out, and what are you doing?
We got the place together. I'm staying there. I still have children to take
Right.
care of.
Okay,
I
so-
just have to give her anything, because all the bills we split.
Sir, I
straight
have
down the
one
middle.
question for you, just one question. Are you staying in the apartment?
I'm staying.
Okay,
Yes.
so, and did you pay for half of the security deposit as well?
Yes.
Okay, so she's suing because she wants her half of the security deposit back.
Yes.
And both of your names are on the lease.
Yes.
So that can't happen unless the apartment manager agrees to remove your name from the lease. And then once your name is removed from the lease, they will return your security deposit and you will have to put the remainder of security deposit on the apartment. But what you can't do is sue in court and not get your name off of the lease. That's not the proper protocol. He does not have to give you $950 back. He gives $950 to your apartment building and they give it back to you. That's my ruling on the money claim. As of the other claims, you know, there are some major issues both of you have raised today that the other one should listen to, and they aren't unreasonable requests. The right way to do it is to sit across from each other and talk it out and communicate and decide what it is you are willing to compromise on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm-
Communication is
Mr.
her biggest
Rogers?
problem. Sorry.
She don't need your help.
Sorry.
Mr. Rogers, I was actually talking about you.
I communicate well, Your Honor.
I'm trying to be diplomatic, but I'm talking to both of you. I want you to go back and evaluate the friendships you have created in your neighborhood. I couldn't help myself with that one. That's my ruling and judgment. Good luck to both of you.
I do think her verdict was fair. I don't owe her anything. Like I told the judge, we went in this 50-50 together. You know, I paid bills in there. I've done stuff for her. As a matter of fact, she owed me.
Now I know what I need to do in order to get my money back. He's always trying to figure out ways to make it come back on me. He never wants to take any responsibility for anything that goes on in our relationship. I want to make things work with Mr. Rogers. I love him with everything that I have in me, but I love me more. And if he can't get it together, then I don't have a choice but to be out.